They always talk about descriptive writing in grade school and middle school, and that was very descriptive writing. You're welcome.
But tell the difference between the descriptive writing for children rather than adults.
Well, it's really it's much more of a challenge, obviously, to write a novel that's pitched. This is considered a middle grade novel, so it would be 8 to 13-year-olds, although we're thrilled that lots of adults are loving it too. But it really, you can't describe curtains and cushions and chairs to kids, but if you describe what the moonlight looks like off the water, then it better be reflecting something that's, moving the plot forward in a very obvious way for that reader. And so a writer always thinks about words and makes lots of really good decisions about where you're going to put a word here or there. But it's a much more of a challenge to write for kids because you want to advance vocabulary, but you also don't want to slow your story down because you have no idea why this fits or doesn't. So.
Let's talk about the rights to this book, because something that's really exciting for authors is if someone buys the rights to their book and they either make it into a television show, a television series, a movie. That's happened for you guys already.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said that, I wasn't, when I said to Carole, when you go away and you start writing these, I want you to write them so we can lift them from the book right to go on the screen, whether it be small or big. And that's part of, also part of my collaborative effort with the deal. My production company, Barrowman and Carole Productions, we own, with Carole, we own the rights to the book, and we have sold the rights already to another production company in the UK where we are co-producers. Barrowman and Carole plus Carole and myself are co-producers, and Carole will be the head of script with, seeing over everything. When the scripts and stuff would be done. So it's in the process of being turned into a TV show in the UK. I can't say with who at the moment because we haven't made that final decision.
But he has made it very clear to all involved that I don't get to act in it at all.
No.
Which I'm very disappointed.
But there is a part for me. They've already asked me. Well, they did say, tell that story when we sat down with them for the meeting.
When we were actually laying out the arc of the 3 stories, one of the things that we decided was that we wanted, I'm not going to tell you what character it is because it sort of gives away a little bit, it's a bit of a spoiler, but we had one particular character in mind that we thought John would play very well. But that character doesn't appear till book 2. And when we were in the negotiations, it was very exciting to go from Wauwatosa then to go to London and be in negotiations with all these film and television people, It was really cool.
She sat like that and she went, mm-hmm. Gavin and I are going, ba, 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 ba. And she walked out of it and she went, oh my God, this is so exciting!
It's exciting, it's unbelievable, I can't believe it. I was doing my best social interaction listening. Yeah. I'm so glad you're my partner in this because I have no idea. But
it's exciting. It really is.
Exciting. It's very exciting.
It's exciting too that I think that it's not just a movie or a television show. That at least the plan, from what I've read, is that it's going to be a series, which is exciting.
Yes, it will be a series. And then, as we were saying, the company that we went to said to both of us they wanted me involved from the beginning.
So
Carole had to adapt a few things, and I said, the person that we're talking about. The part, for me, it needs to be bigger. No,
right.
Seriously. Yeah. If you're writing your own stuff, why give yourself a small, tiny part? You know what I
mean? So when will people in the UK see it? Is there a way that people in the US can see it?
Well,
we're going to try to see it.
That's part of the process. Is once we decide who is going to make it in the UK, what TV channel it will be on. Then what we do, like with the other shows that I have in the UK, then myself and my business partner Gavin, we go around the world, literally, to different TV conventions, and we sit at a booth, and they bring other TV companies in, and like this, we sit and we talk to them, and we wine them, and we dine them, and we sell them the TV show, and it's eventually, like with one of my other shows, Tonight in the UK, we've sold it to about 12 other countries worldwide. So, that's the same process that we would go through with this.
Well, and I know we want to take questions in a minute here. I also want to make sure I thank, before I ask one last question, Boswell Books.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Also, thank you to Alverno College. Real quick, actually I have other questions too, but we'll get this one in. What's harder, the process of selling the rights to get it into a television show or movie, or getting a book published?
Oh, right now it's hard to get a book published, and I don't know enough about his work, that part of it all, to know, but it's very difficult to get a book published if you're going to go on the traditional route. The wonderful thing about technology and the internet is that there's lots of ways to publish and self-publish, and that's becoming a very legitimate way to get your work out there and have people read it. When I was in journalism school and people were thinking about, writing books and so on, you would never consider self-publishing. Now it's part and parcel of the whole publishing process. And in fact, if you join the Creative Studies and Writing program at Alverno College, you will learn all about that process.
Awesome.
Selling it is all about money. It's all about budget. It's all about business, and that's one thing that I think that my dad kind of instilled, that I take, not only having the entertainment side of it, but I've grown up and I've, over the years asked business advice, and I've learned business through him and through other things and by doing. But if I can jump onto the publishing side of it, a lot of you I know who have come to see and you buy the book for the reason also it is a good book, and we're very proud of it. But a lot of you are Who fans and Torchwood fans and things like that. And I know that you've made my dreams come true. And so when I was talking to Carole about writing my autobiographies in the first place, one of the things that I love to do in my life is help to make other people's dreams come true. I'm on television. I know that if I go to a publisher and want to do a book, they're not going to say no. So I then said, they actually first came to me and they said, would you do an autobiography? And I said, I will only do it under one condition, that my sister writes it for me or with me.
That's really sweet, though.
No, but that's how it started.
And you found a fantastic writer.
Oh my God!
I mean, it's
See, the thing is, for years. It would have been, and I know she's a good writer, and as a family we know she's a great writer, but for her to go out and slog and tried to get books published.
It's very difficult.
And it's very hard. So immediately, the plan, what would be great to see is, yes, we'll still keep the collaborative basis going on because we've done a Torchwood novel where there's other things that we have in mind, but it's nice to see her branch off and the publishers publish her own stuff so that because she has loads of stuff out there, the mystery novels, everything. So that's, it's not always about self here that you're doing it. You got to think about other people.
I like that. I'm gonna ask a couple quick questions, but I'm gonna let people line up behind the microphones that we have here. If you'd like, is that good to go to questions?
Yeah.
Go ahead and line up. I'll do a few quick questions here while you're thinking about any questions you might have for either John or Carole. Just step to either this side of the middle aisle or this side too, and you can have your question answered. So this is a quick one. Favorite book?
Ooh.
Easy.
When I was a kid or right now? Anybody who knows me and knows I cannot pick a favorite book. It's like picking a favorite
I get that.
kid.
You read 6 books a week.
I know.
How do you even remember what you read last week?
I barely remember my name.
Go ahead.
What I was going to say is, one of my favorite authors is Toni Morrison. I'm a huge fan, obviously, of mystery and detective fiction. I think there's all sorts of writers in that genre that I love. I frankly think that the best American novels right now are being written in crime fiction. I think that it's a genre that is really transcending the boundaries that have kept it there.
Your favorite book, and then we're going to go to a
Well,
question.
from a kid, and I have it on my iPad now because I always look back at it, and it's what we used as a form for my autobiography, and I think goes the S.E. Hinton's The Outsiders.
I love that book.
Nice. Woo!
Go ahead, Junior, step up to the microphone. I think it's on, right?
Yes.
Go ahead. What's your name?
My name's Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
What's your question?
So my friends and I, along with being huge nerdy Who and stuff fans, we're really big theater fans, and we were wondering if you'd sing